What's up, I like scary? Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So you guys, I have some more stuff to talk about with the novel of Halloween Ends. Yes, I've been reading it when I can. Bro, so far, man, if you haven't got this book, please fucking get it. If you wanted to know more about Halloween Ends, this book right here is fucking amazing. So first off, I want to kind of touch on something that is mind-blowing. Now, we all know in the movie, and before you guys do anything, definitely smash the like button, but we all know in the movie that the house, the Myers house, has been demolished and taken down. Now, I remember, you know, before the movie came out, David Ward Green had an interview about a bulldozer and everything, but I guess it didn't make the movie. But so yeah, the fucking house has been demolished. The house has been demolished and taken away from Haddonfield because they've decided, like, you know, a lot of bad stuff happened in this house, and why keep it up if it's like some type of, you know, vessel of some sort or anything to connect to Michael. But yeah, they ended up bulldozing the house, which, you know, we knew that was going to happen. But I would have loved to see that in the movie. I would have loved to see that in the movie. But so basically, it just says this, you know, about the bulldozer and everything. The house was bulldozed, and it, you know, it was a place for the community garden memorial dedicated to the victims and Michael's rampage. A sign that read, "Love lives today," greeted visitors, and basically that, you know, a lot of people didn't go there. Only people went there was kind of, they were, you know, like teens that was obsessed with Michael, and just people in general. They were obsessed with Michael Myers. You know, they got tattoos, they made songs about Michael Myers, they graffitied him on billboards, and, you know, spray painted him on walls. And so they were kind of like obsessed with him. You know, they wanted to know more about Michael and, you know, his story, and it's fucking weird. But yeah, it was just like a memorial for the victims that Michael took out. But it was people that actually were interested in Michael. You know, they wanted to, you know, just hear more about the story. So yeah, the house that took down was on a big body of grass similar to a garden, and it became a memorial. And like I said, it was dead unless people were obsessed with Michael. And then something else I want to kind of talk about is, this is crazy. Now, we find out in this that, you know, more about Laurie Strode. Now, with Laurie, we kind of saw in 2018 she was going through a lot, and she was just, you know, on edge, and she was trying to get to Michael. So it's a lot I want to talk about with her, but you're going to kind of have to just follow me. Now, in this book is basically saying that, you know, Laurie Strode is going through a lot, and it's worse than what we see in the film. In the film, it looks like she's kind of like okay, but in the book, it's like basically, you know, saying this. So follow me, you guys. Laurie, things came to her head one pitch black night at the bottom of a bottle of a scotch. Laurie stood in her tiny one-bedroom apartment. There were no signs to life anywhere in her home. And basically, she lived in an empty home. It was a mattress on the floor, no photos, no books, no hints passed except for holes in the walls that Laurie punched in the walls out of anger and everything. Basically, you know, she had survivals accessories, you know, guns that was inside her duffel bag she kept waiting for Michael. And she used to do stuff like, you know, call Allison at 3 in the morning, and, you know, Allison's an adult and she's drunk, and she just, you know, and to the point they even described this crazy ass thing. I could just see in my head that, you know, Laurie opens the fridge and only has sauce packets in the fridge, which is crazy. And they're saying she's like naked and shit, she's tripping out in the house, and that she's asked Allison, I just need to know that, let me tell Allison, like, you know, I need to know that you're okay. That's why I called you. Allison's telling, like, you know, it's 3 in the morning. What is going on? And it's almost like Allison, and from what I'm reading and everything, you know, she's starting to think that her mom, her grandmother, is a fake. She just wants sympathy and want people to feel for her, which you can definitely kind of see that with Laurie. But yeah, she's saying, like, no, you're just starting to be a put on now and everything. But they kind of touch on, you know, why Allison enjoys Doug. Like, you know, they start talking, but I guess after when Karen died, she kind of started talking to Doug, and, you know, he's a little older, it seemed to be, but he was a cop. He was a cop, and he was protective, and she was scared, and he was just there when she needed him, basically. She realized she didn't need him anymore, from what my understanding and everything. So yeah, that was pretty much what was going on with her and Doug and everything. But something I want to talk about that is very interesting is Nelson fucking Christopher. Yes, Nelson Christopher. But basically he's talking about the hobo. The hobo, yes, that was in Halloween Ends. That was like, I'm Michael Myers. I'm Michael Myers. Basically, he had it bad. He had it bad. So what was going on with him is that they were saying that he kind of got possessed by Michael also. Even in the film, we kind of, you know, when he says I'm Michael Myers and he's around and everything, yeah, you know, we were saying in the movie, like, did Michael possess him? But we do find out some interesting things about him. We actually find out that he was actually in Smith's Grove with fucking Michael. Yes, he was in Smith's Grove. He got to see, like, the bus crash. He was on the bus, actually, that crashed in 2018. And that is so crazy, because it kind of makes you wanted to, you know, when I read this, I'm like, and I think that the chapter is like Nelson Christopher, and, you know, it kind of makes you just want to think, like what would have happened in the film if they kind of did a flashback showing, like, him, his little backstory. That would have been very interesting. But you got to see the kid that was like, you know, dancing's my thing, you know, dancing's my thing. That he saw the aftermath of his body, how he basically said that his fucking face did not match his body. It was brutal, and he got killed and everything. But he actually comes from a rough home with his mom and his dad and everything. So, you know, it says, you know, basically something similar to basically his mom kills herself, and she says crazy things. You know, to Nelson Christopher, his dad is like stupid religious. Like, he's like very religious to the point, in his story, that he locks the hobo up in the fucking like a shed or something. He's like trying to baptize him with like hot ass water, like, and it kind of explains, like, maybe that's why, you know, it kind of got basically the religious things and everything probably got forced on him. It got forced on him. But basically, you know, and it was a scene that they were trying to put in our heads in this book that's fucking crazy. I would have loved to see. So it's saying like he's basically like at this sports store, and he locks people in there. He has an axe, and he's like trying to take them out. Like, he's running in there, he's chasing them, and he's just like trying to take them out. And he's like basically feeling like he's a killer. You know, he's feeling like he's a killer, kind of similar to how he told Corey, like, I'm Michael Myers and everything. We kind of, you know, find out, and I want you guys to read it, so I want to tell you guys everything. But we kind of find out that scene where Terry, the bullies push Corey over the bridge, that in the movie we see Michael in the corner. You can see Michael walking and everything. But, you know, we kind of find out in the book that it was actually the hobo who pulls Corey into the tunnel. And you know, we kind of touch on some more with his story, that he actually, that was the first thing he found once he got out of Smith's Grove, due to him losing, due to them losing a lawsuit with him. They put him on the streets, which is crazy as hell. And, you know, he went to the dark tunnel, and he came across Michael, and he, you know, he became to looking at Michael like a fucking god. He looked at Michael like a god of some sort. And you know that he was saying that in the movie, he was like, you know, he takes people in there and you come out. What makes you so special? You know, what makes you so special? I want you to go in there and get me that mask. So imagine seeing this on the screen, just seeing that, and it's kind of disturbing when you think about it. But he kind of tells Michael, like, basically in a way, like, are you hungry? Like, I have a person here. It's like almost like, damn, so Michael's eating these motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's very crazy. So he was like, hey, you want them? Basically in the book it says that. But yeah, man, so it kind of explains the hobo a lot more, and he's basically like the slave of Michael. And this kind of explains something also. They state in a passage in his book that he fucking like took care of Michael. He kind of, you know, nursed Michael a little bit. Not obviously not to 100%, because he was still injured, but he was trying to do his best to nurse Michael, and that's why Michael kept him alive. I want to know in this book, I don't know if they kind of touch on that, but if they were locked up in Smith's Grove, you know, that would have been cool if him and Michael crossed paths and Michael remembers him. That's why he kept him alive, type of thing. But yeah, also I want to kind of touch on, you know, basically something that's fucking crazy, bro, that is fucking wild, and it's basically about this Thorn thing. Now, I've been hearing people, you know, people been shooting me pictures of the Thorn. It's like a Thorn symbol where Mulaney's running down the tunnels. He's, you know, you can see a Thorn symbol on the wall. But basically they're saying that that the Thorn is kind of involved in the book story. Now, I mean, people are saying that maybe it's going to be the Thorn that ends before we saw the movie. But basically what's going on is that people are trying to accuse Corey of being in this cult. He's like in his cult basically, and he basically believes in like a Halloween god. He believes in like a Halloween god, and he kills for him and everything. And the cult of Solomon, I want to say. And basically, yeah, they're trying to say basically that the cult of Thorn exists in Haddonfield. And I don't know how I would have felt about that, saying that, just saying. I mean, I would like probably like see them just stating it, but it's not true. But in the, you know, in the book, they're kind of saying that the citizens believe that it's true, that he's a part of this fucking cult, which is crazy. But one thing I can say about this book, it makes you feel for Corey, man. It makes you feel for Corey. Even though I already love, you know, Rowan Campbell a lot, his character, he's very fucking, you know, great. Even in the book, you know, he had a hard time, you know, growing up 13. His mom was very like obsessed with him. She had like a soul obsession with him. His dad, I think his dad was named Wally or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I think it's Wally. But basically, she lied and said his dad died like on a motorcycle or something like that. And you know, Corey basically he knew of his dad, but the only thing he knew, you know, really was that his dad got promoted to being a fucking manager at the grocery store and stuff like that. Joanne kind of hid it from him and was like, you know, basically, you don't need to know about him and stuff like that. And, you know, he's 13 and 15. She's dressing him up for school. She's making decisions for him, and even had, you know, some shit in the past where he invites a girl over. She's like, you know, she hates that. Obviously, you've seen with Allison in the story. You know, boys that keep fucking secrets don't get custard and all that shit. We hate Joanne, right? But yeah, man, basically she's real like obsessed with her son, to the point she even fakes illness sometimes on him, like, you know, for he will miss school and they can chill together. It's fucking disturbing, and it's so crazy. It's so fucking crazy to see that we did not get to see her death. And if you want to know more about her death, check out the book, you know, explains some of her death. If you check out the previous video I did, you can see more of that. But yeah, you know, she's basically pushing her son to this limit that she doesn't even know. You kind of are creating a monster slowly. You're kind of keeping him on his leash and everything, and it's making him very like depressed and everything. And she didn't let him live his life. But she starts to date Ron, and she basically tells Ron, stay uninvolved with me and mine, you're just here. And they're talking and everything. That's why you get those vibes when he's trying to like be involved with Corey. He gives Corey this dirt bike and try to be there for him. I know a lot of people are saying like, damn, was that his uncle? No, it was his stepdad. But you know, he was just trying to be there for Corey. And you know, we get these scenes where he's just looking at Joanne like, you fucking disgust me, like the way you do your son and everything. Even that scene, he's like, I hope you find love, you know, and everything. But it's just like a lot detailed in this fucking book. I'm going to continue reading because I'm enjoying the fuck out of it. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of makes me like mad that they didn't put a lot of this in the fucking movie, bro. But as we progress on, and it's a lot of, you know, things that I'm kind of leaving out because I want you guys to read it. But you know, this one kind of fucked with me crazy. So Jeremy, you know, we knew that Jeremy was very nasty to Corey. We seen in the movie, he's like, I don't want to be something by some ugly ass babysitter boy. But they're making it more fucking brutal verbally in the book. He's calling him trash. He's like, yeah, you cut our line, you don't have no money, you're nobody, like, you're nobody or whatever. And basically, you know what happens after that. You know, he's going playing hide and seek and everything. But and this was something that kind of made me very like, wow. So the reason that Corey was going fucking ape shit in that room, in that attic, and he's like, open it, come on, Jeremy. He's like, open it, is because he was under the impression like, bro, he's nobody. He's like a nerd. He's lame. Michael want to come from him. You know, Michael want to come for people that has a name. From what I'm getting. But in all of this is kind of like in the Cunningham chapter. Corey has his own chapter. But yeah, basically, he's under the impression like, you know what, Jeremy might be one of Michael's victims, so I need to get the fuck out of here. It's dark. And I think, you know, basically he got, you know, that feeling where it's like dark in the house and you feel like someone's behind you, but he felt like Michael might be in the area, bro, because he heard the stories, the horror stories about Michael Myers. And they even had that convo about, you know, Michael doesn't kill kids, he kills babysitters and shit like that. So he panics because of, he's thinking like, oh shit, Michael might be here, it's Halloween night. You know, so that, you know, kind of plays with that. And to, you know, the last thing I want to say is that we even get a disturbing picture put in our head saying that one night Corey actually fucking sneaks into the Allen family house and goes to the top and he's the same fucking the paper planes that they were throwing in the film that's going back and forth, and it kind of explains it, that little touch that this book is showing me. You see Allison and Corey going there, you see them like in the pianos, you see the paper planes and the pianos sitting there, and it kind of is like, oh shit, did you guys plan on putting that in the film? Because that would have been very disturbing. But basically, you know, him and Laurie were trying to commit suicide, not together, but they both as characters were trying to check out. They were done with Haddonfield, you know. But and yeah, Corey was actually at the top of the banister throwing off, you know, the paper planes and everything, hanging off the banister, deciding like, do I want to take my life? I'm nobody. I took a kid's life and now it's fucked my life up type of thing. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much what I got. Some of the stuff that's unexpected. Some of the stuff is still the same from the movies, not completely different. But man, comment down below if you guys plan on getting this, man, by Paul Brad Logan, the Halloween Ends novel. And comment what you guys think about everything. I would have loved to seen a lot of these scenes in this movie, especially that backstory of Nelson Christopher, you know, and him being the hobo and connected to Michael Smith's Grove and everything. That would have fucking been insane. So yeah, you guys, unfortunately this is the end of the video. Don't forget to hit me on my social medias on @ILikeScary on Instagram, @ILikeScary77 on TikTok, Brandon on Facebook, and @ILikeScary on Twitter. And don't forget you guys can remember the Patreon, exclusive content that benefits of the channel. And right there where it says subscribe, click join to become a member. And yeah, you all, I love you guys. Watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. Peace.